Last night, when I was flipping through the pictures on my phone, I saw the photos of those delicious foods taken in Xi'an this spring. Late at night in North America. The more you look at it, the more hungry you are. It is said that Xi'an is now the #1 tourist hotspot in China. Of course, in addition to its rich historical and cultural accumulation, for example, the terracotta warriors, you can see all kinds of museums. Xi'an is the ancient capital of 13 dynasties. I believe that the snacks in Xi'an must also be one of the most attractive reasons the pictures of various delicacies from my phone. And that's what I'd like to share with you today. The first place is the most famous rujiamo in Xi'an. It's called a chin burger. Rujiamo is to add the meat with wax sauce to the cut by jimo. The meat in wax sauce is simmered slowly with a variety of spices. It's very soft. Rich flavor. Bai jimo has a crispy skin. Soft inside. Tastes crispy on the outside and tender on the inside. What about this meat? There are also two kinds of fat and thin. There are also beef buns, tofu jiama, etc. The second one, I want to introduce liangpi. Xi'an liangpi has rice noodles. Rice dough and dough. Usually, add shredded cucumber, bean sprouts, gluten and other ingredients. Served with garlic sauce, tahini vinegar, chili pepper oil and other seasonings. Smooth taste. Cool and delicious. In summer, with a bottle of ice crazy soda, a local specialty in Xi'an. Very enjoyable. What about this rice dough? They are all the favorite of Xi'an girls. Does his kind have rice skin? Roll out mi pi town. Brewing skin sesame sauce liangpi, etc. Each one is slightly different in the material and taste. The third one is one of the famous snacks in Xi'an. Mutton steamed buns. The famous mutton steamed buns. This is a kind of mutton soup made of that and broken buns. It's this kind of cake, a classic snack cooked together. Diners need to break the cakes into small pieces by themselves. With lamb again. Stew the vermicelli and other ingredients together. Of course, there are also beef steamed buns, but the mutton steamed buns are the most classic and delicious. Rich soup base. The meat is fresh and tender, and this bun sucks enough soup. It's really delicious. It's delicious. What he pays attention to in this way of eating is, this customer breaks the buns by himself. You want that according to the size of the bun you break. Well, the waiter can tell at a glance whether you are a local or a tourist. Of course, now if you are in a hurry or don't have the interest to break the buns yourself, there are also machines that can help you break this and this buns. What about in winter? You eat a bowl of bubble buns. Add fans. It is also one of the great delicacies and a kind of enjoyment. In these 4 hours, I would like to introduce the soup dumplings in Xi'an. What about the soup dumplings in Xi'an? It is characterized by thin skin and a lot of filling. When you eat, take a small bite first. Then suck out the delicious gravy. Then eat the whole bun. Usually, you make sure it's served with aged vinegar and shredded ginger. It's really fresh, fragrant and delicious. He is particular about this. This skin is as thin as paper. Full soup. And the soup inside is very hot. When you bite it open, be careful to let it cool down before eating it. The fifth famous snack in Xi'an is Hu spicy soup. Everyone in Xi'an knows it. Hu spicy soup is basically divided into two types. One is Henan Hu spicy soup. Another kind is Hu spicy soup made by local Hui people. Hu spicy soup. It has a warm aroma. This is the most famous rice noodle in Xi'an. It's made of rice. He has beef bean skins. And then you boil it. The seafood skin is more fragrant and the noodles taste spicy. It smells like pepper. It's appetizing. Enjoy it on a cold winter morning in Xi'an. One of the must-eat breakfasts for locals. Another delicacy I will never forget is called jingao. This jing should be an ancient character, a bean, and this jing should be a kind of steamer in the past. It's a dessert with glutinous rice and red dates as the main ingredients. But Xi'an people also eat it in the morning for breakfast. Its glutinous rice is very soft and waxy. The red dates are sweet and there are layers of beans in them. The taste is rich and sweet. As for this sweet rice cake, it is sold in pieces in the morning. You can buy it for 5 yuan. It's 7 yuan and 10 yuan. According to your price, he will give you a plate or box piece by piece. This rice cake looks red and white. It looks beautiful. Another kind of bubble buns is called gourd head bubble buns. Well, this is different from mutton bubble buns. It is similar to mutton foam buns, but the gourd head uses pig large intestines and pig belly. Its taste is also rich and fresh. The soup base is delicious, but the characteristic pork aroma. The process of soaking buns also needs to be ground and cooked by yourself. Its taste is rich and unique. No, it should be Xi'an. A unique one in Xi'an. The moment when you like visceral foods is not to be missed. The other one is still water basin mutton. Is this a kind of clear soup based on mutton soup? Soup so many things fragrant. As for the mutton in the water basin, it is usually accompanied by noodles. In fact, it is eaten with the proper film. It's a kind of cake. Then there is the fragrance, and the broth is very rich and delicious. You can add seasonings such as hot sauce or balsamic vinegar according to your taste. There are also many kinds of pasta in Xi'an. But the noodles are a very representative traditional pasta in Xi'an. Its color is relatively red, sour and spicy. Appetizer, smooth and strong. He got his name from the whistle. Whistle means the seasoning for making diced or minced meat. Xiaozimian is characterized by 5 colors. Xiaozimian pays attention to red, white and green. 5 colors. Respectively from chili oil, egg yellow and white noodles. Green vegetables are generally used as spinach or beans and fungus shiitake mushrooms, etc. The combination of this color makes the noodles look very appetizing. In addition, he is hot and sour and the soul of Shaoxi noodles. Vinegar and chili oil are often added to the soup base. Taste. The taste is sour, spicy, fresh and fragrant. It is also particularly suitable for consumption in cold weather. Of course, now these, all kinds of roadside delicacies in Xi'an have become food that locals and tourists can eat every day. Another feature of Shaoxi noodles is its dough sugar, which is particularly smooth. It's all kinds of different. This diced meat or minced meat is commonly known as this whistle. It's really tender. Plus a variety of local. What about the vegetables? It's very colorful. It tastes more local. There is another kind of pasta that I personally prefer, halua. What about halua? You need to add a little mustard when you eat it, because the output of jingluo is relatively low and less, so its selling price is high. I remember when I went to Xi'an to eat in the past, what did you give? The original flavor of this are 100% ingredients. Now halua has been matched with different raw materials, different types of flour. Why are there so many delicious snacks in Xi'an? This is related to the rich and profound history and culture of Xi'an. First, Xi'an has a long history and culture. Xi'an was capital 13 times in Chinese history. The capitals of dynasties included Zhou, Qin, Han, Tang, etc. You see many road names in Xi'an. The names of many streets have fully expressed the long history and culture of Xi'an, such as Suzaku Dongfang, Luoma City, Daming Palace Road, and so on. You can see the glorious traces of the history of this city from its prosperous Han and Tang culture. But here I also want to say a little digression. It is the Ensure Rebellion that once took place in Xi'an during the Tang dynasty. It was the deadliest and longest war in human history. This war that lasted a few years should have been about 5 to 5 years. It was Chang'an, the capital at that time. Lost 75% of the population. It should be full of people. It's almost all gone. But now I'm going to move on. We now come to the history and culture behind the cuisine in Xi'an. Xi'an was also deeply influenced by the Silk Road. It is because it was the starting point of the ancient Silk Road. As the center of trade between the East and the West, Xi'an. That year, Chang'an attracted merchants, tourists, and craftsmen from all walks of life. This international context has contributed to the rich exchange and innovation of food culture. For example, in Xi'an now, pepper and spice are very widely used, etc., through the Silk Road in the past. Through Persia, that's Iran. Introduced into China, introduced into the cultural center of the year Chang'an. This greatly enriches the flavor of the local food. Xi'an still has many Hui residents. They live in Xi'an all year round. History goes back thousands of years. Their food culture has also enriched the culinary landscape of Xi'an. For example, mutton steamed buns. What about soup buns and other snacks? It has a distinct halal flavor. There are two kinds of breakfast spicy soup we mentioned just now. One is Hunan, and the other is Hui people who do. Yes, their flavored Hui spicy soup is made from beef meatballs or mutton meatballs. Of course, as for the Guangzhou Plain, where Xi'an is located, its climate is also very suitable. It is one of the important agricultural production areas in China. They produce wheat and rice. Rich agricultural products such as vegetables and fruits. It also provides a variety of raw materials for snacks in Xi'an. Xi'an is also known as the 800-mile Qinchuan. It's really a no-fee. A place where a good harvest can be basically guaranteed every year with a special effort. At the junction of North and South. Because of the geographical location of Xi'an, a variety of ingredients and flavors blend here. Formed both northern wheat products such as various pasta. There are also southern rice products, like drinks. Unique diets such as brew. There are also many snacks in Xi'an, which are closely related to local customs and festivals. For example, mirror cake, Xiaozi noodles, oil tea is also my favorite. Breakfast is what everyone is doing at holiday family gatherings. Essential food for parties. What about every holiday? People will taste these delicacies. And we will also make and inherit these traditional snacks. Continuing the diversity of snacks. Moreover, Shaanxi people are also very hospitable. When entertaining relatives and friends during festivals, everyone will be served with snacks. This is also a kind of cultural inheritance. It's more human, a warm expression. As one of the important birthplaces of Chinese civilization, the Central Plains culture has also been continued and developed in Xi'an. Therefore, the food in Xi'an not only inherits the traditional flavor of the Central Plains, it's still in the process of historical change, incorporating more diversity. As for fresh snacks, it pays great attention to the use of seasonings and the matching of ingredients. For example, the garlic vinegar in liangpi. Variety of side dishes in chili oil noodles. Mutton soup and mutton steamed buns. And its various bone broths. All this shows the unique understanding of abundance in the Xi'an diet. Xi'an snacks are simple, heavy and rich taste. These characteristics. It reflects the character and lifestyle of the people of Xi'an. You need to know. The snacks in Xi'an have developed through this 2,000-year history and culture. Therefore, the snacks in Xi'an are rich, diverse and rich in characteristics. From handmade pastries to traditional stewing techniques. These snacks, these delicacies, all preserve the flavors of the past. We can put it this way. You go to Xi'an to eat its various snacks. Eat its various famous delicacies. In fact, you are also eating it in the local customs. You are savoring the rich historical essence of Chinese history, especially northern culture. They all show up bit by bit in food. Okay, all kinds of pictures and videos I took last time, I can finally delete it today. But I also hope for the next flight. Don't be too expensive when you go back. Let me go back and taste the food in Xi'an again. Because of space limitations. In fact, there are still many delicious snacks that I haven't had time to introduce, but you have to see this. This is a famous drink in Xi'an. It's called Bingfeng soda. This Xi'an native has been drinking a local drink since he was a child. Chill it in the summer. It is a perfect match with a variety of delicacies. There is nothing that Xi'an people do not know. What about next time you go to Xi'an? You are also welcome to experience the taste of Bingfeng soda.